Three Brits who caught coronavirus in Italy say they've been stuck in an eternal hell after spending 5 weeks now in forced isolation.
Today we are having our 6th test.
Until it tests negative twice, we cannot leave.
You're in prison.
We keep making jokes about putting up our Christmas decorations. The doctors have told us it can be anywhere between, 2 weeks to 12 months.
You've taken some stuff for them, haven't you?
So our producers have been shopping, so we've produced a care package which we're going to give them to them shortly.
Do you want to speak to your parents?
Love you lots, and thank you for keeping us all strong and doing what you can.
You had to have 2 negative tests last week. How did yours go?
It showed that my second test was negative as well, but this, from talking then to the boys, was not the case for either of them.
I mean, I broke down. I was so gutted.
The moment you get 2 negative tests, we will fly you out of there. Last night, Will was reunited with his family.
We're coming home!
Yay!
So essentially, the law in the whole of Italy changed yesterday and basically said you just need 1 negative and 21 days of isolation. We've done, what, 61?
Yeah, 61 days.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're allowed to go.
I like it. Yeah.
That is the moment they'd all been waiting for. So fantastic. And we're joined now by Quinn Paczesny and his parents, Mark and Anne, by Rhys James and his parents, Mark and Sharon, and Will Castle with his parents, Jim and Nikki. Let's come to you, first of all, Quinn and Mum and Dad. What was that moment like? So brilliant that you managed to sneak in just before Italy meant that you would have to be quarantined. But talk about that first moment of those hugs at the airport.
Yeah, just a surreal moment just to be able to hug Mum and Dad after, since not seeing them in July, or since the beginning of July. So, yeah, that was so nice just to see them and be able to hug them. Quite emotional as well, yeah.
And what was it like to get him back?
Oh, Mark. Absolutely fantastic. Overwhelmed. Sense of pride that they've achieved what they've done. It must have been a great ordeal they've been through.
Of course it was. And did you find as well, what was the first thing he asked for when he got home? Did you have some things lined up to make it extra special?
Yeah, just a bottle of red wine and a Chinese was top of the list.
You're laying off the pizza for a few weeks, I presume. I suppose you don't want to see a pizza again in your life.
It's just pasta that
Say that again.
It's just the pasta that I don't want no more.
Yeah, exactly.
We all
They ended up having Ranveer chicken and pasta almost every single day, didn't you? So that's one meal that you really don't need to have for a while. Well, look, let's talk to Rhys then as well. Rhys, I know you were buzzing on Friday, knowing that it was happening, but now you're back. Talk us through your meeting and getting together. What was it like? Oh, I can see the welcome home banner. That's a good start, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, it was amazing. My dad kept stalling the car on the way home just to make sure that my sister's got the party ready in time. Yeah, it was just lush. It was so nice just seeing everyone. And just coming through the airport at the beginning, I mean, you don't forget that moment, do you?
No.
And what was that first hug like, Mum and Dad?
I don't know, it was just surreal, really, to sort of see them eventually come through their doors.
I mean, you must have almost worried that it wasn't going to happen because there have been so many moments and so much hoping, haven't there, over the last 9 weeks? You must have almost felt, until I get him home and through that door, I can't quite believe this is happening.
Yeah, I think we're used to him travelling abroad, we're used to him being away for long periods of time. But obviously, it was the not knowing bit with this one. We didn't know. We normally got travel arrangements, everything arranged well ahead. But with this one, we just didn't know. But thanks to GMB and the media, really, I think they got this rule changed and very grateful for it.
Yeah, and Will, to you as well. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it, that had the rules not changed, do you think that a couple of you would still be there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the fact already that my test was different to the 2 guys last week shows that there's an inconsistency anyway in the testing. And who knows how long before one of them would have broken off.
Now, Jim and Nikki, Will's mum and dad, you've had him back for a bit longer. Are you fed up of him already? Has he already started taking advantage? And or are you still pinching? Yeah, exactly, Will. Exactly. You can milk this for a while. Or are you... Say again?
His face is giving it away, isn't it? He's back to being a little bit more of his usual cheeky self after really since the other news that the other boys were coming back. Before then, he was definitely thinking more about them. But it's just great news that the others are now back in.
And what I liked was it who had the banner that says Netflix, where's our documentary? I mean, clearly you've had your creative juice. Oh, was it? Whoa. Yeah, all of you. I mean, tell us, if you had to sum it up as a storyline, you were pitching this as a story, what would you say? 3 friends go off and ... Pick up.
Never. I think, Rhys, you have...
I'll try to, Free the Florence 3, the documentary. We want it on Netflix by 2021, if that's all right.
That's a great pitch. And the great thing is even though you are firm friends now, it's an unusual story because you didn't know each other, did you, before you went out there? You didn't know each other until you went into this quarantine. And indeed, you were separated within it. So you have a very unusual bond.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. I don't know. None of us knew each other before. We came out to work in Italy, and I think it's experiences like this that are so unique that you never have with anyone else. It's just going to bond us for life. As soon as these restrictions end, we're hoping we can all meet up and see each other again.
And Rhys, what are the plans now for you then? What do you've sort of had a little bit of a rest and you're back at home and whatever. What are the next plans for you guys?
Well, we're finishing the garden. That's the first.
Very nice, yes. Mowing the lawn again,
Mum. I love the way
Mum.
you looked at Mum there. That's obviously a promise you've made.
Yeah. And it's just a matter of applying for jobs. The current climate is so hard with COVID and everything, but I'm hoping to get back up to London, get some jobs and working with the travel industry again, maybe. But yeah, it's just waiting to see what I can do.
Yeah. And how are you faring? Because you have particular conditions where you live, don't you? And which might get even stricter.
At the minute, we're okay.
Yeah, we're okay at the moment. We're back in West Wales, so we don't have the tiered system everyone does in England. So it's a little bit lighter here at the moment. So I was able to go to the beach yesterday with no police patrol. But yeah, who knows, in the next few weeks that might change.
Yeah. OK, well, it's really lovely to see you all back. It's really lovely to see all of you, and your parents are still talking to you. And I reckon, what do you think, Ramba? I reckon about another month of taking the mick.
Do you think?
I think so. Yeah. I think the 3 of you are entitled to that. Yeah,
I think
getting them
so.
to run around for you.
I think any mum and dad would be happy to run around after them after all that, I think.
Lots of pampering.
And we're glad to have been a part of your story, actually, to have helped you get back home. And thank you for sharing everything with us, actually, because it has really highlighted some of the real issues out there. And at first, what would have seemed like, oh, what's better than being stuck in Italy for, a few weeks, which turned into something very uncomfortable.
But exactly, and nerve-wracking and heartbreaking. So it's lovely to see you all reunited. Thanks very much. Good to talk to all of you.